Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the second video for today.
But first, a word from our sponsors. Hey guys, you know who we use to protect our online data and get access to the movies and streaming content that we deserve? Surfshark. Joe, tell them why we use Surfshark.
It is a great deal, and the best part is you could share with all your friends unlimited devices.
And there's alternative ID to make sure that your data stays protected and you're not giving it out to websites that you don't want your name, address, and all that other stuff. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee.
That's it. There's no risk to you. You can ask for your money back if you didn't like it. Guys, get Surfshark. We did the research for you. This is the best one. Unlimited sharing. Friends and family. Get up to 3 additional months for free with our deal. Go to surfshark.deal/angryjoeshow to claim it now. And with that guarantee, there's no reason for you not to try it out. Protect your data, get access, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check it out.
Guys, we know you need a VPN. You might as well get one where you can share with your friends and your family.
Great deal.
Click the links down below. Thank you very much. AJS update. I know it's been taking me a little while on Suicide Squad. I'm editing it tonight and tomorrow, so it probably should be out Tuesday late night, possibly Wednesday at the latest. That'll allow us to move on to Skull and Bones. Wonderful. And then we can get some. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is right around the corner. That's actually this week. We'll probably be playing that on Friday. So come join us then. And Dune Part 2 is coming out. So excited. This is an exciting week. Final Fantasy Rebirth,
Except for the
Dune,
Skull and Bones.
Somewhere in there, Skull and Bones, finishing that off, and then eventually.
But it's really exciting. We get to farm fibers, and we get to cut down some trees.
If they're there.
And
you do.
If the trees are there.
if the trees are there, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's what's coming up on AJS. Thanks you for your patience. I know nobody cares about the Suicide Squad review, and it'll get 5 viewers because there are only 454 players playing the game right now.
Yeah.
Good on you. Everybody. Yeah, I like you, man. You did right. You didn't buy it, or you refunded it, or I don't know what you did, but good on you. Okay. So. What the hell else has been happening in gaming news part 2?
Well, pretty soon we're going to be able to play video games just with our minds and not with our hands or anything else.
We're going to get lazier.
Yeah,
Great.
Neuralink has said
I like my buttons.
The very first human patient is able to move a mouse around the screen just by thinking a little bit. Yeah. And so they haven't really been able to explain or show anyone anything, and they're just like trying to see if the clicks can work. They're working out the kinks.
This is the Elon Musk microchip in your brain.
Yeah, and then reportedly there was, some people say that there was all sorts of problems with the development and the animal testing, and other people say no, everyone is very fine and don't worry about it. And
this is hilarious because a lot of the people I see follow Elon Musk are the people who are like, oh, Bill Gates is gonna microchip your brain. And then they worship Elon Musk, who is actually developing a microchip for your brain. It's hilarious.
You want the guy who developed Hyperloop to put a microchip in your brain?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking, this is technology that's already around because I was watching, I don't know where I saw it. It was I guess it's from 60 Minutes. This MIT gadget can Google search your thoughts. So this guy, he's got this contraption on the side of his head. And he asks him how many people live in this city and this, and he just okay, give me a moment.
You just turn safe search on.
And he thinks about it, and then he gets the answer. So that's already our Arnav Kapoor, a student in MIT's Media Lab, has developed a system to surf the internet with his mind. He silently Googled our questions and heard the answers through vibrations transmitted through his skull and into his inner ear.
I thought it was the chess vibrations. Remember the whole chess cheating controversy where the guy had the vibrating butt plug? That's how it was communicating what moves to do.
Everything turns into some kind of sexual device.
That's how the chess guy was cheating, and you said he was vibrations in his. It
does look very sexual. It looks like it does something by inserting into his mouth and ear.
What is that fake made-up stat? They said a man thinks about sex every 4 seconds, which is absolutely in no way true.
No, it's 5 seconds.
But so you want something to be able to search your mind?
You're right.
Some of you motherfuckers are going to jail.
Yep. True. You search with your mind, and then the answers come via vibration. So now I see why.
I don't like it.
Nope.
That's gonna be no for me, man.
Yeah. All right, well, in better news, Helldivers 2 has finally added a AFK kick timer. Nothing but reports. You know, they had limited the servers to 450,000 people. They couldn't figure out the server capacity, which pissed off fucking everybody, right? Because millions of people bought this game, super highly rated. It's an amazing game that people want to play. But when the majority of people who bought the game can't play the game, it explains its mixed rating on Steam, which is a travesty, by the way, because Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League mostly positive.
It is their fault.
Yes.
It is their fault.
But and so what people were
it's a good game.
What people were doing is they would log in and there was no AFK
some
kick, and they
people
would
that cheaters.
They would log in and never log out, and there was just nothing you could do about it. So they'd always have a place in the game, and it was a major problem. So they've added a 15-minute AFK kick, which some people are like, that's actually a little bit too short, because they were worried that if you want to get up and go get a drink and
I would set it to like 30 minutes or an hour.
But
30 minutes.
The game is just getting better and better.
I'm happy for it.
They're increasing server capacity. It shows what a dedicated group of people who just have a really good idea can do and make a game and make people happy.
Super fun.
Yeah, unlike the other games we're playing, which don't make us happy. So
no, they don't.
No. Speaking of worlds, small dedicated teams, Palworld has hit 25 million players, which is absurd.
I don't think it would get any higher.
15 million players on Steam and 10 million players on Xbox. This is directly from them, which I mean it's absolutely crazy how big that is.
It's not even out yet.
Yeah. But
what do you know when the release is? Or?
No, they haven't announced it. I mean, they're hiring a bunch of people.
It's early access, and it's probably a year. Usually, people use early access 9 months to a year, and then there are those that use early access indefinitely for 4 years.
For every Larian Studios that puts out a game of the year after an early access, there's 100 fucking people that put out a broken, buggy early access. Take your money and then release.
Took a long ass time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Fuck.
Well, those numbers are pretty up to par with Skull and Bones.
Oh, how many people are playing Skull and Bones right now?
True.
Since the launch has yet to reach a million. Right now, it's 150,000.
What?
Since launch, and that includes those free trial ones.
Are you making up these numbers, Joe?
Nope. 850,000 is the most.
Yeah, they haven't hit a million yet, and that's including the people playing for free.
Yep.
So say it again. 150?
150,000.
I thought it was 800.
Well, that's way better numbers than Suicide Squad. So you're telling me Skull and Bones kicked Suicide Squad's ass?
Well, that's not simultaneously. We don't know how many people actually.
Oh, right. This
is total sales.
Oh, well, that's bad.
It's really bad.
That's bad.
Yeah. So Skull and Bones isn't doing very well. It turns out that in a world where you're a pirate and there are ghost ships and there are krakens, there are sea monsters, the gameplay loop involving you harvesting fiber and harvesting wood and sand, the rarest commodity in all of Skull and Bones is sand,
while fighting your stamina bar for your ship.
Your ship gets tired. Yeah.
I want a pistol.
So instead of farming,
I want a sword.
Yeah. Oh, so I've only seen 2 NPCs with swords.
But I want a sword.
I would love to see
I
more.
got a pistol. I was super happy, but it's just to sell.
Can you imagine the gameplay loop where you have to go hunt for legendary ghost cannons or a crazy haunted tree that you make a mass out of, and you're actually farming really cool things that you're excited to farm instead of picking up sand?
Yeah, Alex, your ship gets tired.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotta go.
Joe, your ship gets tired. What were you saying?
But you have to sell an hour away, unless you want to spend 500.
It simulates you as you do these things.
Unless you want to spend 500 to 300 to 600 to travel.
You get tired playing games?
I think I figured
we have the perfect game for you.
Yeah, I think I figured out how they named the game. They're like, hey, how much did you flesh out your game? It's like, flesh? I got a skull and bones. And it's like, do you flesh anything else out? And it's like, no.
I got bones.
Oh, okay.
Our ships get tired.
Yeah.
Well, maybe soon it'll reach 1 million players.
You think so?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so either.
150,000. All right. Well, I'm looking for
850,000.
850,000.
And then those people that played for free already felt ripped off and they stopped playing. Because I did the weekend thing and I only played it for a day and I was done. I didn't want to play it unless we had to, because we have to. I didn't want it. I was done.
I love shitting on Ubisoft. It's kind of been my task here.
Now I'm thinking that those numbers are high.
Well, that's including the people who played for free. Without paying for it. So that's actually one of the greatest things that Ubisoft has done, is actually given the people the opportunity to play the game for free and realize, holy shit, this game is bad, and then not buy it. So good on you, Ubisoft, but it was kind of a dumb move because, I think you have to have a good product.
It was a lawsuit you were talking about, so they had to release it.
They had to release it, but they didn't have to release it for free. But maybe they thought because this is a quadruple A game.
I would like to know what numbers they thought they were going to get. So, yeah, I don't have any perspective for you guys on this one. I'm sorry, but
I'm just gonna give you a public service. Just make sure that if you did like we did, and you acquired it on Ubisoft Plus, that you've set a bunch of reminders. I have them set. I'll make sure that I remind both of you to cancel Ubisoft Plus.
Yes,
but do not let them make any extra money off of this, because boy, is it bad.
I'm trying to find a little more context. So I think that, initially you hear 850, you think it's low, but then maybe you think it's high because you hear the 450,000 number from Helldivers 2, but that's concurrent players. Yeah. So I think I looked it up. I think Helldivers has hit 3 million. So there's some perspective for you. So Skull and Bones, not even 1 million, 850,000.
And a lot of that are people who didn't pay.
And a lot of that is including the trial. So it could be, let's just say, another chunk of that, knock off 50% of that. So 300,000 people maybe, compared to 3 million. So, yeah, it's bad.
I mean, they also said that
Palworld numbers.
More context.
25 mil.
Well, I mean, the game, they said, and this is CNBC, $200 million development budget. And so...
Oh, shit. And we forgot, everybody. It is a quadruple A game.
Yeah.
So who knew that the player counts for quadruple A are less than 1 million? That's where they should be, because the game is so refined that people cannot understand how to play it. So they stop playing.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bespoke gaming experience. Like, people are always talking about, we want smaller classroom sizes. I want games with more developers than players, because then I know that there's a lot of people working on specifically my experience, except for they didn't do a very good job.
Including
it is a vast and complete
signed up for
game.
the trial.
They did say vast and complete. It is big. It does take a long time.
And complete.
It's mostly empty ocean.
I would like to highlight a better story. Assassin's Creed Black Flag players jumped 31% after Skull and Bones. More people are going back and playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I got some more games that aren't doing very well. Destiny. Sony isn't happy with Bungie, and their CEO that is going to become officially the CEO in April of this year, since Jim Ryan retired, kind of threatened them, and it kind of makes sense. So when Sony bought them and let them an independent subsidiary, and they were able to self-publish and reach players whenever they choose to play. Things aren't going well over there. Player counts are way down. They're making half the amount of money that they were projected to make. They had all sorts of community issues, and so he went to Bungie. And this is what he said: I visited the Bungie studios and had meetings with the management. I saw the employees working at the studios were highly motivated. He's constantly talking about how good their employees are because he wants to keep them. Showing great creativity as well as impressive knowledge of live services. However, I also felt there was room for improvement from a business perspective with regard to areas such as the use of business expenses and assuming accountability for development timelines. And I hope to continue dialogue and come up with some good solutions. It's no secret that Bungie has not been doing very well. That their game is constantly on fire, and they're charging more. They're blaming their players and all these other things.
They're not spending enough with this live service.
And Jim Ryan he's like, look, you're Bungie, you get to do whatever the hell you want, and kind of left them over there in the corner. But when this new CEO takes over in 2 months, I'm curious to see if he's like, no more hands off because you've proven that you spend too much money, your games you're making are crap, and you're losing all of your audience. And so I don't know how this is going to work. We've talked constantly in the last couple of months about 90+% of game developers want to make live service games. Have we finally hit the point where gamers have just kind of had enough and they don't want to play like average garbage anymore?
I hope so, but
yeah, I was about to say the same.
Yeah,
I don't
know what explains it.
Well, the only Destiny players I know, they actually stopped playing for a while and jumped into
but one of them's British, and when we're talking about taste, I've seen what they eat. I was there, and like if you can put up with that food, you can put up with Destiny too.
Not gonna argue that one.
I ain't gonna argue there either. The food was terrible. I just didn't say it out loud in public.
I will.
I was like, what's wrong
There's some
with
great
these
restaurants out there.
food?
It's just not traditional British food. I mean, we had some amazing food out there, but
there it comes. There's the backpedaling.
Yeah, there was some gray meat with brown stuff next to other brown stuff, and it's like, God damn it!
Just give me chips
they
and chips.
eat like
no
the
fish.
Germans are
Fish
still
and
flying overhead.
Fish and chips. Joe won't eat fucking fish.
Chips and chips.
So the main dish it can't handle.
He got a battered sausage.
That too. I did. It was a big sausage.
That's because you're traveling.
Is that innuendo?
No, he actually went to a restaurant and ordered a battered sausage.
Yeah.
They drop it in the fish oil, and so
that's innuendo.
Your sausage, yeah.
Joe got a battered sausage.
He had a very good time. No, I had the jelly deal. It was.
He likes it rough. I can do it too, Alex.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. So
Joe's not for
Next.
it.
Next. So I mean, we're curious to see the next Destiny expansion is the Final Shape.
Oh man, I can't wait.
And so I imagine there's several.
Actually, I am like a tiny bit interested in what they do with the story. I want to see if they colossally fuck it up or if they deliver on this thing, because the last expansion was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It was just basically a bunch of fucking fuck all doodling.
Yeah.
Until the next expansion.
It's like a hold 'em over or something.
Yeah, holdover. There's a better word.
Yeah, and so Bungie laid off a bunch of people, and they mishandled the layoffs, which pissed everyone off. So there's a lot of people that are looking at Bungie. It's like, you are not making good games. You're not treating your employees well. You're doing it like maybe you do need Sony to kind of oversee, or just a change of people up at the top. Yeah. So
sad.
It is unfortunate. We've looked at NetherRealm. We've talked about NetherRealm. We've talked about Rocksteady. Maybe it's a bad thing when you have WB overseeing them, but something's not working right now, and so something's got to change. Then the last one I want to talk about is a company called Nexon made a game called Maple Story. This is a South Korean MMO, and they have
thank you for bringing this up.
They have a slot machine game, and it's literally a slot machine. You pay $1.50, and you pull down the thing, and you get a little cube, and the cube can update your character. And then when it was released, the cubes had an equal chance of all of them dropping. But very, very quickly, they changed it so that the cubes that everyone wanted were very, very
Make
rare.
some money.
And so they wanted to do it so you pull the cube thing more often. And even later on, and so... So in September in 2010, it changed the probability structures.
Changed the probability. When you're thinking, it's already super rare to get it, like let's say a 1% chance to drop. And these motherfuckers, without telling anybody.
Well, no, they did tell anyone.
Oh, they did tell.
What they did say is they said in August of 2011, they issued
No, they didn't tell. There was another one where they didn't tell, but keep going.
No, they did tell, but it's the opposite. They said they issued a notice saying there was no changes.
Oh, that's right.
So it's worse
they said,
because
don't worry. Nothing is changing.
The problem is gamers aren't idiots, especially the people who play these games with probability. And so, they changed the loot tables. They changed the loot tables in Diablo, and people, they know immediately it went from 2.1% to 2.7% because there's all sorts of people playing, and they can come up with this information. So the gamers aren't stupid, and the gamers reported
There's things called Reddit.
Yeah.
And fucking communities and forums. It's like, bro, I just spent $100 and I didn't get shit. And last month I spent $100 and I got shit.
Yeah.
What is happening? We didn't change anything. We promise.
Bullshit.
Well, it turns out, guess what? They changed shit.
They changed shit,
They
and they
lowered
removed
it.
shit. And so the things that you thought you were going to be able to get, that wasn't even in there. And
Without
this is
telling
why
people, and then it wasn't even possible to get the thing that people were looking at. Yeah. That's another key.
And then the big thing is that they lied. They're like, no, I didn't change anything, I promise. And it's like the government agency that reviewed all this information clearly found that they did it. In our country, we'll go like Las Vegas, right? The Nevada Gaming Commission looks at your slot machine and they test it. It's like, is this truly a random number generator? Does it give out 70% of the money that gets put in it like you're legally required to? And they test all these things. When gaming companies introduce gambling elements, but they don't have a regulatory body, that's when we have problems like this. And that's why we've been talking.
Because they can change that. And in fact, they even got copyright and shit that dynamically changes the RNG based upon your purchases.
Yeah.
And this is completely legal, meaning the more you buy, the less you get.
Yeah.
You are fucking yourself by buying.
Yeah.
You are already fucking yourself by buying because you're an idiot. But the people who are like, I legitimately want to give you my money, they are purposefully fucking you and ramping it down. Yeah. And that is a patent, and that is known.
It's new territory.
So over the course of time, they made $420 million US dollars. So I'm adjusting everything in US dollars. $420 million US dollars, and they were fined $9 million.
So the thing generated them nearly $500 million. This event, this situation generated $490 million. And then when it was discovered that they had lied to everybody, that they had lowered the percentages, and in some cases you couldn't even get the thing that you were trying to get, the percent chance was 0 to get it, they got fined $9 million.
And remember, kids,
they can make that in a fucking second.
Yeah. Well,
this is why when we said the Terminator story I brought up, I was like,
yeah, not Nexon.
It's Nexon, not Nexon. Right. Nexon is the one that we need to stay away from here on out, because this was intentional. This is something they were doing. They have patents that change the RNG depending on how much you pay. If you don't pay anything and you pay for the first time, they ratchet it up. So you're like, whoa, look at that.
Well, they also sued Iron Mace over Dark and Darker. They've done a lot of horrible shit.
Yeah. So fuck Nexon. After this news story, this, I don't know what to call it, the Maple Story controversy. Fuck this. And this was on, let's see. I think I first learned about it from Force Gaming.
So when the punishment for some wrongdoing is a fine, it just means that if you have enough money, then it's legal to do for the rich, right? So if you make $420 million and you only find $9 million, it's like, holy shit, we can do it again.
Yes.
And so it's kind of a problem. But if you are the kind of person that is putting $1, and it's $1.50 every time you pull the little thing to get one of those cubes.
And I think it's more. It happens here in the United States. I mean, this is a Maple Story. People play it here, but it also happens in Korea, and I guess some other countries where it's more socially acceptable to just
Japan
blow your money.
It's massive. You walk there's gotcha machines everywhere.
So if you want to know more about this, and because I didn't have a chance to rage on about this when it happened, he put out, Force Gaming on YouTube, he put out a video a month ago that says the biggest MMO scam in history. So look that up. It's got 500,000 views. Put out a month ago. It's like 20 minutes of him going in depth about it. It is fucking wild. When I watched that video, my jaw dropped and I was like, wow, things have gotten bad. In little corners of our gaming space, there is some really rotten shit.
Well, and it bleeds over. The rot definitely spreads. It's when EA looks at these things and goes, but EA knows better than...
Please, EA, don't look that way. EA, look at me.
Look at
me. Don't look over there. Don't look over there. Look at me.
Purchase packs.
Even EA knows better than to do shit like this because they would be sued because they're under a big microscope.
Yeah, they're more American, they're more microscope. They feel like they could probably get hit with regulations.
Yeah, we need to be looking at this kind of microtransactions, and it's why we're kind of crazy because I have people, we'll run into people, they're like, you guys are nuts about microtransactions. It's totally fine. It's like the problem is it just leads into these other things.
That's a newer generation, and I get it.
Dumb people? I refuse to believe that young people are all dumb people. Now there's some of them, and there's dumb people in my generation too. But come on, young people. I know you're not all that stupid.
They're just conditioned. They're not necessarily dumb, Alex. They've just been conditioned from birth. That's just the way it is.
That $1.50 every 10 minutes on your video game is acceptable?
Yeah.
Go to Vegas.
Conditioning, powerful thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I got. You had one more, right?
Yes. Okay, so that was the fucking one of the worst news stories we've had. It's just the gravity of it hasn't hit you yet. Go watch that video from Force Gaming. But here's some good news. Star Wars Battlefront Classic is coming back. 1 and 2 Battlefront back. We got this announcement, oddly enough, during the Nintendo Direct Showcase. I didn't even watch it. That's why it took so long for me to know about it. A few of you let me know because it is basically the original Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2 classics are coming back. Now, are they remasters? Are they remakes? No, they're just small updates.
You want to buy the game you already bought again?
Yeah, that's the most off-putting thing because this collection's going for I think $35.01. I guess presumably referencing the 501st Legion. So yeah. And it should probably be a little less than that, but they are restoring multiplayer, baby. 64-person multiplayer with crossplay between storefronts. Yeah, so if you're on console, Nintendo, PlayStation, I think there's already on Steam. Or no, it's coming. So I'm looking forward to one of my favorite ones was playing. Oh shit, was that at your house, Joe? Galactic Conquest. You know, we were, remember that? I remember your big TV, and we were going between the little planets. Oh, we get to fucking do that again. Galactic Conquest mode way back in the day.
I did it for Skyrim. I'll do it.
I'll buy it again. I think there's a 20% loyalty discount if you already own either of them. So I guess that's nice. But it comes out March 14th. And the thing was, you know, those games, although they've been re-released before, they've been out before, the player count very low because, you know, nobody's playing it. But with this new big push, you're going to have plenty of people to play with, and these games are fucking amazing.
Yes.
You know, the new EA Battlefronts, they weren't what we were hoping. They were good, you know, here and there. They had huge controversies. They got slapped in the face and tried to fuck us, but they've been made better over time. But this is where it all began.
Mm-hmm. We just have to hope it's better than Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, you know, the re-release of all of, you know, these other disastrous ones. We're like, oh, we redid it. It's like, how did you make it worse than how it originally launched?
So originally I thought that this Battlefront Classic Collection was only going to come to consoles, at least when I was first reading it, but it's also going to come to Steam, March 14th. I'm looking at it right now. Sweet. Approximately 2 weeks. We will be fucking hitting the front lines. You can do Kit Fisto. You can be, and there's some other female Jedi I forgot, but that was only available on the PlayStation. You can now play some playable characters that you weren't able to before. So
I got dibs on Rey.
Kashyyyk, Camino, Naboo, Death Star, and there's no fucking Rey in this, Alex. That's what's fucking awesome. There it is. Asajj Ventress. Oh, fuck yeah. I want to play Asajj Ventress. And Kit Fisto bonus heroes are going to be available for everybody. And then the Hero Assault mode has been expanded to be playable on those maps that I talked about there. But they had some great maps on those games. So I'm looking forward to it. And let's see if there's anything else coming around that time, because I want to clear my schedule for us to stream the fuck out of that. Halo Season 2, Episode 7, and Invincible Season 2, Part 2 comes out around then. And Outcast: A New Beginning. But that's it. All right. We're going to be playing. All right, guys. This is a good one to end on.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much. We want to thank our sponsors, Alex.
Yeah, make sure that you need a VPN. You know you want to share it with your friends and family.
Down below, click these links right there. It's the best one. We've done the research for you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everybody.